Uh, again, one more method of modulation, what I'm going to explain in this video is quadrature amplitude modulation. This is not amplitude modulation. This is not just a phase modulation. It's not just a PSK. This is not just a ASK, but it is the hybrid model of both ASK and PSK. That means in this method, we are going to use two quadrature carriers. Anyway, when you use two quadrature carriers, we get a PSK, maybe M array PSK. So we have a M array PSK. Along with that is a M array ASK. It's a hybrid model of both ASK and PSK. It's called quadrature amplitude modulation. That means in this method, I'm going to change both the amplitude and the phase, two parameters of the signal carrier. So it's called hybrid modulation technique, or in general we call here it as quadrature amplitude modulation. So we have seen PSK, M array PSK. In my last video I explained M array PSK. If you see, have you observed it, the signal space diagram, what we get there is circular shaped. So when I go with a M array PSK system, okay, we get an in-phase component, quadrature component, and all those things are represented a signal space diagram over there. I changed only the phase, not the amplitude, right? So there was a restriction, you can say, or a constraint on the envelope, that is the amplitude, because that amplitude was constant. And because of that, the signal space diagram what we were getting is circular shaped. It's a circular constellation diagram. Okay. Now, if I remove that constraint, that means maintaining the amplitude constant. Along with changing the phase, I will change also the amplitude. So that in that case, I'll get a new method called as M array QAM. That is quadrature amplitude modulation scheme or method, where the constellation diagram is not circular, but it is rectangular or maybe square. This is the kind of signal space diagram what we get. Okay. Now, that's what I told. It's a hybrid form of modulation here. This is a hybrid form of modulation where both the amplitude and the phase both are modulated or changed. Okay. Now, how to get that signal space diagram? How to represent the signal space diagram, the square signal space diagram for M array QAM, where M can be anything again, 2 power M, 2 power N, I'm sorry, M is equal to 2 power N. Now just consider one M array PAM case, okay, just consider M array PAM case. We have considered M array PAM case here, fine. In the M array PAM, the signal space diagram is one dimensional, so one dimensional, okay. Now what we have to get a signal constellation of M array QAM, what we have to do is we have to consider two M array PAM constellations which are orthogonal to each other. Okay, orthogonal means perpendicular. Two signal spaces. I'll show you that in the next slide. Two signal space diagram of M array PAM which are orthogonal to each other. Okay, so in that case we get a the two basis functions again. The two basis functions are these two, that is phi1 of t and phi2 of t. One is cos, other one is sine, right? Which are orthogonal or mutually perpendicular to each other. And the transmitted signal, let us say the kth transmitted signal for this QAM, where I'm going to change both the amplitude as well as phase, is given by this equation. This equation, that is root of 2 e naught by t ak cos 2 pi fct minus root of 2 e naught by t bk sine 2 pi fct, where these two are quadrature carriers, cos and sine, which decides the phase, right? And just look at this, ak and bk, the new terms are inserted where this ak and bk are not constant, but these are the integers multiplied by this. That is going to change the overall amplitude of this kth signal. But k goes from 0 to whatever, that plus 1, minus 1, plus 2, minus 2, whatever it is. Because this amplitude will be plus or minus, whatever. So that ak and bk are the, you can say, the integers or represents the amplitude, and E naught here, this E naught is the bit energy of the lowest possible amplitude of the signal. Whichever out of these we can have a different amplitude levels over there. I'll show you that in the next slide again. Whichever is having the lowest amplitude, okay, the energy of that particular signal is given by E naught. Fine. Now just consider again, I have an even number of bits per symbol. Okay, that even number of bits are maybe 2, maybe 4, maybe 6, maybe 8 or whatever, right? The number of bits what we consider for a particular symbol. And let us say we write L is given by, say, let us say root of M. If M is equal to 4, I start with a 4 because more than or equal to 4 only considered. If M is equal to 4, L equal to 2. If M is equal to 8, because what I'm going to do here now is, I'm going to draw a signal space diagram, and what will be the amplitude for those AKs and BKs, those integers, that we will decide now. Fine. If M is equal to 4, L equal to 2. If M is equal to 8, L equal to 3. So, if M is equal to 4, it is root of 4 is 2. M is equal to 16. If I consider, it is 4. M is equal to 8. It is 3. So now, how to draw the signal constellation diagram? I said we need actually two PIM signal constellations which are orthogonal to each other, and what we have to do is we have to multiply. Let's say this is one, the other one is this perpendicular, mutually perpendicular constellation diagram. We have to multiply. That is Cartesian product. What we say, the Cartesian product of these two signal space diagram will give you the signal space diagram for QAM, M array QAM. Okay, now, and based on that we can decide what is we get a square matrix of amplitude levels. Okay, these are the amplitude levels for a M array system. That value of that AI and BI is given by this based on the value of L, where L is equal to root of M. Okay, it is L the first message point will have a amplitude equal to minus L plus 1 comma L minus 1, that is AK and BK value. This is A naught and maybe B naught, let us say. Fine. Different message points will have a different amplitudes. If I explain like this, you may not understand. I'll take an example. Say M is equal to 16. If M is equal to 16, that means there are 16 message points. What is the value of L? L equal to 4. So if I substitute L equal to 4 here, minus 4 plus 1 is minus 3. Again, L equal to 4, that is 4 minus 1 is 3. So the first message point will have a amplitude level equal to minus 3 and 3. Okay, I'm going to change the amplitude also, remember, in QAM. So this is the amplitude level for first message point. The next one is maybe minus 3 and 1, minus 3 and minus 1, minus 3, minus 3, minus 1 and 3, 1 and 3, 3 and 3, like this. So the amplitude is going to change like this for different signals, or different message points in the signals. Fine. So this is the amplitude level. Now how to represent this by using a signal space diagram? How I said it's a Cartesian product of the two L array PAM constellations, where L equal to 4 in this case. That means I have to consider 4 array PAM, two 4 array PAM constellations which are mutually perpendicular. Just look at this. I have, this is one constellation, this is another constellation, this is phi 1 and phi 2, both are mutually perpendicular, right, orthogonal to each other. This is a 4 array PAM signal. Okay, this is phi 2 of t and phi 1 of t, two axes we have considered. Now from this I will get the signal constellation diagram for QAM. The product of this and this will give you the constellation of signal space diagram of QAM signal with M equal to 16. With M equal to 16. So how to multiply these Cartesian products, what we see. Now just look at this. This is what I have shown. How to get this? How to multiply this? Just look at this. The first case is multiplying this top to bottom and left to right, what we have considered here. 1 1 and 1 0 is multiplied with 1 0 and 1 1. What we get? We get this. So 1 1, this is 1 1 and 1 0 from this, and 1 0 and 1 1, 1 0 and 1 1 from this. Multiply, the product of these two will give you this. Well, it's a Cartesian product, remember. It's a Cartesian product. How to write the answer? 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 1. First two. Second one, 1 0 and 1 0 and 1 0 and 1 1. Fine. I got a 4 message points. Is it right? Now second case. Multiplying this 1 1 and 1 0, multiplying this and this with this and this. This is what I have, right? What is the answer? This is the answer. Third case. Multiplying 0 0 0 1 with 0 1 and 0 0. So this is the case. 0 0 0 1 with 0 1 and 0 0. This is what I'll get. The third quadrant in my for a M equal to 16 constellation diagram. The last case, this is the answer. Now last case, multiplying this with this. So that is 0, 0, 0, 1 multiplied with 1, 0, 1, 1. It's a Cartesian product, will be this. I get a values for fourth quadrant. This is what I'll get. Okay, now how to write this? This is the first one, right? This is the first quadrant. This is what I have written here. The second quadrant, the third quadrant, and the fourth quadrant. Okay, very easily we can write this without doing this multiplication at all. Now just consider, just write these numbers 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1 in the x-axis. That's what I have done. 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0 and 1, 1. Write these numbers 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0 and 0, 1 on the y-axis. Just go on writing this. We get a 16 message points here. Square constellation diagram, not circular as in MRA PSK. This is MRA QAM. Square constellation diagram, what we have got, right? What is the answer for this? What is the number for this? It is 1101, right? This is 1101. This is 1100. This is 11. This is 00. What about this? 10 and 01. 10 and 00. Like similarly, this one is 11 and 10. This is 10 here. This is 11 and this is 11. Like that, you go on writing all the message points. Fine. So we get a 16. So d by 2 here. D means again the Euclidean distance. So this is separated by this much of value here. D by 2, D by 2, 3D by 2, and minus 3D by 2. Fine. So this is how we can write a signal constellation diagram for m equal to 16 quadrature amplitude modulation method. Now I said the amplitude is going to change as well as the phase. Anyway, we have a quadrature phase carriers. So anyway, we are going to change the phase. And the amplitude is, this is the amplitude levels. So different amplitude levels at a different point. That's what I'll get. Now the same thing I'll explain with this particular animation. Now just look at this. As this pointer is moving, that means we are going to the different message points here. Randomly we are moving to different message points depending on your message data. Just look at this. The amplitude and the phase. This is the level by which we are going to reduce the amplitude, or we are going to transmit with that particular amplitude. This is the phase. This is the phase. This represents the amplitude for different data. Just look at this animation. The amplitude is also going to change. Just see the length of that, the vector. This vector. The length, as length changes, the length is proportional to the amplitude, and anyway the phase angle, you know it, right? 25% to 25 degree for this particular data, 75%, 135% with for this data. We are going to transmit with that particular amplitude levels with the original carrier compared to the original carrier. So amplitude is also changing and phase is also changing. So this method is actually called as quadrature amplitude modulation. Okay, M-array quadrature amplitude modulation method, where we are going to change both the amplitude and the phase. Thank you for watching this video.